Hi, welcome to Guitar Fundamentals. Before we start playing guitar, it's really important to make sure you know how to tune the guitar. So I'm going to take a moment and go through the steps of tuning your instrument. Most acoustic guitars are 6 strings, and they have a little story that goes with them to tell you the name of the strings. The story goes like this. It goes Ed, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Ed. So when I talk about the strings, I have my low E, my A, my D, my G, my B, and my high E. To get your first pitch, which is the low E, I often go for a tuner. I'm using Guitar Tuna. It's actually quite a nice app. And you'll see that if I play my low E string, it gives me a little ding when I get the right note. It also tells me that I have a low E. Once you get the low E, you can tune the guitar to itself, and you don't need a tuner. This is a great thing to practice. So the first thing we do is once we have that low E, I'm going to find the 5th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my low E string, and that becomes the reference fret to tune my A string. So I make sure my finger is nice and curved. I press down the 5th fret of the low E. I listen to that. That should sound just like the A above it. It's actually going down, but I call it above because it's higher in pitch. So I listen to that low E again, which is pressing the 5th fret. And I tune my A string. Were my A string out of tune, I'll out of tune it real quick. What happens is I'll hear this, which sounds kind of hairy, you know. Together you get that little warble that tells you you're out of tune. But what I can do is I can play my reference and then scoop up the low A pitch until it sounds right. That sounds pretty good. Notice that the tuning knobs on your guitar follow the order of the strings. This way they go Ed, 8, Dynamite, and they loop around. Goodbye, Ed. On top, when you tune away from you, that's tightening the string and making the string go higher or sharper. When you tune towards you, that's loosening the string and making the string go flatter or lower. So once you get the A string tuned with the 5th fret of the E, you can go through and play the 5th fret of the A to tune the D string. And those should sound exactly the same. To tune the G string, I play the 5th fret of the D string, play it as a reference pitch, and I find that G. And that should sound pretty darn close. I think I'm a little off there. And so I adjust with my tuning knob at the bottom here. Now if I do the 5th fret of the G string, it doesn't actually play the B string. So I have to go to the 4th fret of the G string. And then on that is the sound of the open B string. The B string is one of the hardest strings to tune. I'm going to detune it real quick so you can hear it come into tune. And eventually that warble will go away if you get it in time. And there it is, a perfectly in tune B string, using the 4th fret of the G. And then I play the 5th fret of the high E string, 5th fret of the B string, to get my tuning for the high E. As you can see, I was slightly off there. And there it is. So to recap, once you tune your low E, you use the 5th fret of the low E as a reference for the A string, the 5th fret of the A string as a reference for the D string, the 5th fret of the D string as a reference for the G string, the 4th fret of the G string as a reference for the B string, and then the 5th fret of the B string as a reference for the E string. And then your guitar is ready to tune, ready and in tune, and will sound good when you play chords.